the volume.
So we are live.
That's great.
We're live. Wow. Hello, everyone. I don't think, okay. I think I can see there's nobody here yet. But as our custom, we usually pray before we start. So let's just say a little prayer.
Okay.
In Jesus' name. Father, we
Amen.
thank you for today's edition. We thank you for the wisdom that you're going to speak to us today through Miracle Tochukwu. Father, we are ready to receive your words of wisdom and to apply to our lives so that we can realize our potential and your plans and dreams for our lives as women in today's society. Thank you in the name of Jesus.
Amen.
Amen. So hello, everyone. Thank you for joining the Hapiwify Facebook platform. Hapiwify is an initiative that is committed to elevating womanhood and enabling young women unlock their potential. You know, in today's society, womanhood has gotten a bad rap because of the number of issues that women contend with in their daily lives. We have issues of gender-based violence. We have issues of abusive marriages. Women face gender discrimination in their workplaces, in attempts to finance for their businesses. Then myriad of issues that women face in their day-to-day lives. So that is why we exist, to change the narrative about womanhood. So in today's episode, in today's edition of our mentoring session, we're going to be talking about work-life balance. And Miracle Tochukwu, you know, as you can see, she's a very beautiful woman. She's a slayer. She slays at her career and as a mom and as a wife. You know, today she's going to be teaching us, you know, strategies she uses to navigate her work and family. Strategies, you know, keeping a great balance between her professional and personal life. So, Miracle Tochukwu, thank you so much for joining us in today's edition. We are grateful that you're here with us. We're grateful that you are willing to share, you know, lessons from your own journey to impact the lives of young women. So, please, can you tell us? Can you give us a brief introduction about yourself?
Okay, thank you, Hapiwify, for having me. It's a privilege, a very rare one, I would say. Thank you. So, I'm Tochukwu Agonwa. I am a mother of two, happily married to Mr. Emiri Agonwa. I'm a certified project management professional. Currently, I'm working towards becoming a chartered member of the Procurement and Supply CIPS. I work as the bid and tender coordinator for my company. I have a background in mechanical engineering, and I've gathered a lot of experience, like over a decade. So thank you. Let me stop there.
Wow. That's a very, you know, you've actually made giant strides in your career. When I read your profile, I saw that you started your career journey in a STEM field. You know, lots of women today are, you know, pushing back from joining STEM fields. Was it something you desired from the beginning, or you were just pushed into that space? Did you desire to start your journey in the STEM field?
To be honest, I never wanted to study engineering. I never wanted to study engineering. I just found myself in engineering. I wanted to, you know, earlier on in your life, you know, you don't even know what you want to do. So you're either, you know, pushed by peer pressure. Everybody wants to be a doctor, engineer, this and that. So, but it wasn't engineering. I never wanted to do engineering. Mine was pharmacy.
Wow.
Which today, if you ask me, I would say I don't even want to be a pharmacist. But then I wanted to be a pharmacist. But somehow I couldn't get the cutoff mark for pharmacy in the school I desired. So I was encouraged by my sister, who is also an engineer, to pursue an engineering because it was available in my state, and that's how I got into engineering. It was never my desire, it was never my passion.
Wow, did you find it interesting?
Okay, that's even me studying engineering. Then practicing engineering was also out of faith, I would say, because I went for my service. I was posted to an engineering firm. So more like it was being pushed on me, I would say. So I was posted to an engineering firm, and I was trained, and that's how I started my journey.
Wow. Did you find it interesting? Did you find it difficult? Did you find it interesting? Did you feel inferior being in a male-dominated space?
No. Okay, anyways, it was a bit challenging for me because back in school, it wasn't my passion to study engineering. I didn't really put so much effort into trying to make good grades. I would say I just scaled through. I scaled through school. So coming again into the same field where you never get time to know the very basics and know it at your fingertips, it was a bit difficult in the first time, starting up my career. But God being willing, I had great people around me. It was a very good company to start. I was trained, and it became easy as I journeyed. It became easy.
Wow.
Then I wasn't intimidated. I wasn't intimidated. Yeah, it was challenging seeing people do before I could learn the job. You see people, they're drawing and the massive drawing, and you're like, how did this person put this together? It was a bit intimidating, coming into the field. But as time went on, I kept on learning. I was open to learn. I was open to the challenge. I was dedicated to scale through. Exactly what I did in school. I didn't want to do engineering, but I scaled through. Same attitude, I brought it into work. I scaled through, and it became easy.
Wow. That's very great to know. Because your story, what you just said, will inspire other women who are aspiring to join the STEM fields. Your story will inspire them to, step into STEM fields with confidence. If you can do it, then I can do it as well. You mentioned in one of your LinkedIn posts that the challenges you face in the home front, they keep changing. They keep changing. So how do you navigate those challenges in your everyday life?
I would say the truth is that in this life, there are a lot of challenges, and you can't get it, over with. Every day comes with its own challenge. As a woman, when you were single, the challenges you faced were different. You had different devils. You got married, your early stage in marriage, different devils. So you start having children, so you keep having challenges, and so it's not something you can run away from, except you do not want to grow. So if you want to grow in this life, challenges are part of what would push you to growth. So what I do is, one thing I know that I learned to ask for help. When you know you need help, admit that you need help. Do not act the superwoman. Your spouse is there to assist you. If you're very tired, you can't make the meal for the night. Babe, can you just help us, or help us buy food outside? We eat it. Don't just because of the woman, I have to cook morning, afternoon, night. You must kill yourself to do all that. Sometimes you might not be able to meet up. So open up and admit that you need help. From your children, they can help you. But when you feel like you can do a superwoman, then everybody leaves it for you. So, but when you admit that you need help, that's when people help you. Then also accept support. Some persons don't know how to accept support. Some persons have people to help them. They're like, no, either they are perfectionists or they don't, like the way they have the way they do it. At the end of the day, you see that you're stressed, kind of. So as a woman, if you have challenges, accept support. Find a support system. You need to find a support system, people that will help you. If you're in a group, they can help you. When you have challenges, open up to your support system. Have people that you're sure you can call on. Sometimes it's not even about physical work. It could just be about talking to somebody. You could have a challenge, you need to talk over with somebody. And if you've not built a support system, you wouldn't even know who to call at that point. So you build systems, not when you need them, but before you need them. So these are the things I know. I have few persons in my support group, and they are very amazing. Every time I have something in a challenge, there's always someone. Your family too is your support system. If you have siblings, they are support system. Let's learn to open up to each other when you have need and challenges. So these are the basic ways I try to overcome this. And I also try to delegate. You try to delegate. The point is, don't do everything yourself. Try to find who can help you in what, and learn to trust people. Learn to trust people.
Yeah, are you sure in this present time we can still trust people? Because there are a number of things happening. Can people still trust their relatives to take care of their children?
I know, but if you just, it's just like a plague you have to live with. You just can't do it alone. Nobody, no man is an island. You just have to learn to trust people. Over time, there should be someone you should be able to trust. A few persons you should be able to trust. There are evil people everywhere, but we can't keep, running away. Accidents happen when you fly plane, they crash, but don't you fly? So you fly. So that's it.
That's true. That's true. I'd like to recap some points that you made. You said challenges are a part of life. So you have to
Yeah.
accept that challenges are part of life. So you have to brace up for those challenges. Then you ask for help. Admit that you need help. Build support. The one I love most that you just said, build support system before you need them. Wow, that's a very great point. Then you also delegate. But there's something I also want to point out. You said you can ask your spouse to buy food out. Do you think some men would appreciate the fact that the wife is asking him to get food from a fast food restaurant? Won't she be termed as a lazy woman?
So one thing about this life is when not too much of everything is bad. You can't just keep saying every time buy food. I don't understand. Do you understand? So, but if your spouse knows that you do this thing, and for you to ask, he doesn't even need to say, "Are you sure we need to do this?" He knows that for this woman to ask, she really needs to. I really need to honor this. So if you can't, that's just an example. Some other persons too. You might have a spouse that doesn't eat outside. Then you have to manage. She could now be the one to make the meal. I mean, you should learn to understand yourself. When you can't do that, then don't go overboard, so you don't get stressed. So
okay. Thank you so much for those wonderful nuggets. Just for me, the one thing I took from that, from the answers you gave is build your support system before you meet them. Very, very important. The first women's conference I spoke about work-life balance, and that was many years ago. Fast forward to this period in time, wherever I go to, I anchor conversations in women's events. This same question keeps coming up. How do we achieve work-life balance? Is it achievable? Do you think work-life balance is achievable from your own experience?
to be frank, I would say that work-life balance is a myth. That's the truth.
Okay.
You can't achieve it.
Okay.
It's almost unachievable. The only way that you can come close to having a work-life balance is when your work is your life and your life is your work. So let me explain that. I don't know if it's so clear. I will use my sister as an instance. I have a sister. She has a foundation, the Verve Foundation. She has a girl child, advocacy for girl child. This is something she started since she was like 14. When she didn't know what, she wasn't pursuing money, she wasn't pursuing it, it was just passion for her. She started when she was very little, as little as 14. Even earlier than that, she started, being drawn to girls that are vulnerable. That's how she kept on going for over how many decades now. She's still on it. So this is something that she could woken up in the midnight and she will speak on. This is something she could be called up on anytime. She would attend to that. So you see that she never calls that stress. She doesn't feel stressed doing this thing. So but now she has a job. She has a family to support. She has people around her that needs support. And this other one that she's doing is passion. Most of the time, it doesn't really pay as much as, it doesn't even pay. Sometimes you even have to fund it.
Yeah.
So imagine such a person really just doing that. That's what she does. She does not have any job to go to every day. Such a person is the kind of person that could be close to having a work-life balance because she's not stressed. She's fulfilled doing what she does. She is not stressed to her. For me, every day I wake up 5 a.m. to beat traffic to get to work. So the same work I'm not so sure I get fulfillment from. Tell them, So imagine if every day I'm going for, just switch the role, and it's my sister now. Every day she's leaving 5 a.m. going for her Dovef Foundation, whatever it is. That's her life. So such people are the ones that really come close to that. So for people like us that still have career and figuring out what we really want to do for the society, having family and all that, it's almost like imbalanced. It's almost impossible to be balanced, to be honest. So, but there's something we can do, since on our journey to, becoming who it is, like letting our life and our work really merge and be interwoven. You have to, just like the things I've said before, you have to dedicate.
Okay.
You have to dedicate, you have to still trust, you have to, lower your expectation. Don't be a perfectionist. If not, you, for instance, go to work, you're back, and you're saying, okay, no, this kitchen, I don't leave my kitchen dirty till the next morning. I must mop it this night. You came back late, but there's a way you do it. It's not like that. I'm not sleeping today. So you're like, okay, so if everything is not scream and proper, it's all good. But I mean, learn to know yourself. Know when you're going overboard and refrain. Accept that you are human. Accept that you can make mistakes. Okay. So basically that, set boundaries. Don't attend to everything you're called upon. If it's not possible, please learn to say no. So these are the ways you can be able to push back the issues of life. You can be able to push back the things that pull you too much and attend to the things that matter, which is family, your spouse, your children, the most important things of life. So learn to say no, learn to manage your time, learn to plan, put structure around yourself, plan. One thing I realized is that when I plan myself, maybe I stock up for the month, my head is a bit free. I know that whatever it is, if I get home, I'll be able to find something to make for this life. Imagine if you're the woman that every day you're coming back from work, you have to stop at the market. Every day you're increasing your stress level. So these are the ways that we can, minimize these things. So plan yourself, put structure around yourself, delegate, manage your time, learn to say no, and just basically these things. Then also learn to practice self-compassion. Learn when you need to rest. Pity yourself. Pity yourself. Not, pity yourself. Sometimes pamper yourself. And as women, it's almost like it's very easy to pamper ourselves. Just as little as getting your hair done. I don't know if you trigger something, you just feel like, oh, my hair is all done. You're happy. Just as little as painting your nails, you feel like I'm pampered. So don't neglect such little things. Keep doing them. And the most important thing is your health and your mental health, and it's balanced. I would say it's okay, it's stable. Then everything is fine.
Wow. Thank you so much. Yes. Thanks so much for those beautiful nuggets. I also noticed that you have multiple interests. So how do you combine these different aspects of you effectively and still slay at work and as a mom and as a wife?
The truth is, I don't do these things as a job. Okay. I don't have them as a job. My main job is what I do for my company. Yes, I make hair. I can sew. I do a whole lot of things that maybe if I start mentioning them, to be like 200 pages. I'm exaggerating, but I do it. I'm very multi-talented. So, but one thing is that it's something that comes naturally for me. I love to learn. I'm a very curious person. I'm very curious. When I see things, I love, how is this done? And I practice it. So that's it. So I don't do them because it's a job. I don't do it for people. I just service my family with this thing. So it's easier to balance it because I'm not under pressure to make any dress for anybody. I'm not under pressure to make any hair for anybody. It's for myself, my kids. Yeah.
Well, that's very nice. So now I would like to. There are lots of women in corporate spaces that aspire to run their own businesses. Do you think that is possible, given that they have a lot to cover at work and still take care of family responsibilities? Do you think it's possible for them to also own businesses?
Yes, it's very possible. But one thing I would say is that for any woman that is in that position, you have to you know, create a system that would enable you function in dual position, because you're not two, you're one person, and most of the times the business you're running or your workplace, they run concurrently. So you have to, create a system that can work without you being there. So how does that come about? So you have to use other people's time. You have to use other people's time. You have to use other people's money. You have to master the industry you're going into. And basically, for you to also be able to put in your own self into this thing you call your business, then you have to know that there's a difference between your what's it called, the job you do, what's it called again, your office time and your own time.
Site, yes.
So, yes, so it's so like we all have 24 hours in a day. So 9 to 5, you're giving it to your employer. 5 to 9, give it to yourself. So that's the time you have to invest in that business that you want to, venture into and do. So you have to, that's the upward time. So what do you do when you come back? Because you still have that same day to attend to work and have that same day to attend to your business. So when you use other people's time, other people's money, and all that during when you're at work, people are working for you during your own 9 to 5 and your own 9 to 5. They're working for you. Then when you're back, you use your own 5 to 9 to work on your own business, which is why you have to also learn time management and push structure around yourself, because it's not really easy for you to juggle all these things at the same time. But because it's something you really want to do, you have to give it time, and it's sacrifice. You have to sacrifice to be able to get to a point where you can either exit the company and face your business, or keep growing the business alongside your job. But these are the things. You must create a time where you invest in your business. Yeah.
Wow. Oh, that's very that's a very great wisdom you just shared. Something very the most important point I took is use other people's time. You don't have time, so you use other people's time and resources to run that business. Oh, thank you for that nugget. Very, very nice. So you run an initiative called the Focused Woman to enable
Yeah.
women have great careers and family. So how do women who want to become high achievers in today's society, how can they become part of your community?
Okay, so Focused Woman is still a baby. It's still a
Okay.
baby, but yeah, still a baby. It's an initiative that was just formed. It came to my mind say 3 months ago. So it's still in the formation stage. But right now, I am open to people that want to work with us. We're open to people that want to work with us. If you think that this initiative is something that you also feel like you have passion for, you think that you can contribute to, why not? It's just basically about women that are interested in growing their career, their family, just advancing generally in life. So we meet together. There's a community that of women that would meet to help each other, share knowledge, and advance together. If you're interested in growth, if you're interested in career development, if you're interested in family, then Focused Woman is for you. So we will just put out our number. You can reach us, and we will take it from there. So for now, we don't have any,
Okay.
but you can follow us on social media. Sorry?
Okay. So, sorry, what's the name of the social media platform? The name of the
Yeah. So on
the social
Instagram, it's
media.
focused. On Instagram, it's
Okay,
Focused
Focused
Woman.
Woman.
Yeah. On LinkedIn,
Okay.
it's Dear Focused Woman.
Okay. All right, that's very nice. Thank you for that invitation. So, happy
Yeah.
wife is you've heard if you want to be a high achiever in life, you join the Focused Woman community. So, our last question: you studied mechanical engineering and you work professionally as a structural engineer. Sorry. So, what does it feel like? Um, um, working in a male dominated space, what do you think young women should know if they are in that space, especially women who always, I know we've talked about this earlier on, but I want you to give women who, find themselves in male STEM fields, who feel inferior because they have male project partners, they have male bosses, they have male colleagues, they feel so small. What word can you tell them, since you've been in that space, since you've been in that field, what one word can you tell them, you know, to help them brace up in that field?
Okay, thank you for that question. I would say that you're capable. You're very capable. You have the resilience. You
Oh,
have what it takes to take that job. It doesn't matter what job it is. As long as there's a human doing that job, you can do it. So I know, our society is still very far. We're still coming up to understanding that there is equality in this thing called, this job, that what a woman can do, a man can do, a woman can do. In the workspace. I'm not a feminist. Anyways, I'm not a feminist, but I'm just trying to say that you have the ability to do what it is a male counterpart can do. So don't limit yourself. Don't limit yourself. Don't say that our boys did here. It's for the men. It's not for the men. It's for everybody. I mean, it's a big cake. Go have your slides. You can do it. One thing you need to do is just stay focused. Initially, you might be destabilized because with that they are macho and their ability to do it is as if you can't do it. You can, And one thing also I would say is try to form allies with them. Don't go there. Men are not people that are usually on a normal compete with women, except it's an imbalanced man. They are even there to help the woman. So your own attitude shouldn't be the one that will repel the man and they leave you alone. You start struggling. So if you go into such a space, what you should do is, get relaxed with them, be their friends. They will teach you. They will teach you if they know it better than you at that time. Not like every man must. They can also come in and you teach them. But I mean, when you get into that space newly and you do not know it, just calm down, be their friends, relax, and form allies with them, learn along, be nice, be their friend, be sweet. Because as a woman, you should be sweet. You shouldn't be nasty. That nobody wants to be around. Yeah, be sweet. When you're sweet, it's easy for them to flock around you, and you learn the job. They open up to you. They help you. So that's basically what I want to say to you. And it's not easy. It's not a bed of roses. You don't go in there and think, they'll be doing everything for you because you're a woman. You came into the space, you think you can do it, then please do it. Sometimes you have to stay up to do more. Don't come in there because you're a woman and you have a child. Every time you're giving excuse with your child, then you're even making it difficult for the next woman to be admitted into the department or whatever, because they're like, women. But if you go there and you're showing that, yes, family is there, but this is time for work. You do the job. Don't always bring the excuse of my child is sick every time. My child is sick. Sometimes delegate, let somebody sort it out while you do your job. There's one thing that women always do. You're married though, you have a spouse. Your child is sick. It's the woman that will always leave work every time to go and be sorting hospital. Sometimes let the man also leave office for once and go so they can augment. It's not every time the woman is leaving for, So find a way. Don't make it an excuse because you're a woman and they should understand now. A child is sick now. Find a way. If it's your sister or if it's something you can manage outside work and minimize the excuses, just do the job and you would move. Because these are the issues that women face sometimes. Too much of excuses. Today is your period. Tomorrow is your baby. The other one is one thing. It's your house girl. It is a graduation. It is this one. Only you. But the men are coming to work every day. So how would they now really say that we should be taking women for this role? So if you're a woman, any position you get into, try to represent the women and let them know that we can do this job and also face family and everything is working smoothly. Yeah, there are days you can take such excuses, but please let me know every day. Try. And all in all, just know that you can do it. You can do it.
Oh, thank you. Wow. Wow. Thank you so much, Miracle, for these wonderful nuggets you shared with us. Wow, so very, very wonderful. I'd like to recap on some points. Miracle said, work-life balance is a myth. is a means. So as a woman, challenges are a part of life. You have to brace up yourself to adapt to those challenges. Then you need to ask for help, admit that you need help, build support system before you need them, delegate. Then also create a system that enable you to be the person that you want to be. Then for those women who want to build businesses besides their 9 to 5 job, leverage on other people's talents and resources. And for women who want to join STEM field, or women who are in STEM field, don't be full of excuses. Know that you are capable, be resilient, and know that you can do the job. Thank you so much, Miracle, for these wonderful nuggets that you have shared with us today. We are grateful for your time. We are grateful for everything, for spending this, time with us here at Happy Wifey. Thank you so much. May God bless you as you go,
Bless you.
in your everyday activities. May God continue to fill you with so much blessings, maritally, in your career, financially, and in every way you can ever think of. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone, for
Thank you.
joining us. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for liking. Thank you for being here with us today. We really appreciate your time. Thank you. So, say bye bye for now. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.